Guys, welcome back to the Cinema Scale. Today on the scale, we have Despicable Me 4. Gru welcomes a new member to the family, Gru Jr., who's intent on tormenting his dad. However, their peaceful existence soon comes crashing down when criminal mastermind Maxime Lee Mal escapes from prison and vows revenge against Gru. The film focuses just on that. This French dude, Maxime Lamal, played by Will Ferrell, and the entire motive for him in this particular film is to make Gru pay for something that he did when they were in elementary school together. And throughout the film, there are a lot of laughs. There are moments where you'll chuckle and say, ha ha ha, that was funny. Then there are also moments in the movie where you're like, why did they do that? And how does this contribute to the plot? And along for this historic adventure is Joey King. She plays Poppy, and Miranda Cosgrove, a returning character. The film centers around Gru and his family being relocated because they work for the infamous organization, the Anti-Villain League. And in this movie, their entire plot is based on them hiding in plain sight, as it were. So they relocate themselves, they go into hiding, and this guy, Maximus Lemal, is trying to find out where they are. And then in the process of that, they get entangled with Poppy, the next door neighbor. She's the daughter of the family living next door, and then they have a little side adventure, and then that ties into the film, as it were. It is still Despicable Me. You still get the same Despicable Me vibe. You still get the same Despicable Me formula. Obviously, Steve Carell as Gru continues to tear up the role. But there was just something unique that was missing from this particular movie. The comedic value was pretty much lost in this movie. You know how they say third time's the charm? Well, I'm sure the expression doesn't go fourth time is the charm. This particular movie feels more like a repetitive, constant pattern of Despicable Me versus growth from our characters. I know in this film, Gru is a dad, and then that makes things a little bit more different in connection with his role in this movie. But most of the time, the baby is in and out for particular scenes. The baby is there a great deal, but they try to interwove the child into the family's life and interwove the child into the plot, and it just becomes a tad bit boring, just a little bit boring. So the real magic of this film is obviously Steve Carell, and I did enjoy Joey King as Poppy. She plays this sneaky, sinister teenage girl obsessed with her phone, but she has these aspirations to do something big with her life. Not going to spoil it for you guys, but she does take on a mighty role in this film, and Joey King does pretty well. Steve Carell, phenomenal, but Will Ferrell, he plays a kind of whiny French villain. Accent was all over the place at best. And you would think that there would be more runtime for a villain of his magnitude, of his stature. He's obviously unique in his role as a villain. Nothing Gru has ever faced before. But you don't really get that Will Ferrell-y kind of entertainment that you would so desperately seek in a film in which he's playing such a fun role. A role like this, it just screams comedy. I thought the casting was good. Casting Will Ferrell as Lamal Maxime, I thought that was good, but he didn't really bring much comedic value to the film. He had a very, very slow character development and background. And so You get some chuckles there. The Minions are in the film. They try to do something unique with the Minions. It isn't terrible, but it does have you scratching your head as to, okay, why did we take the Minions all the way in this direction? It would have been a bit more added comedic value if they would have been more so in the other direction. Just for the sake of spoilers, they do continue their same minion behavior, but it just seems a little dry in this movie. It seems a little bit dry in connection with this film. There are no post-credit scenes. There is no hint at a Despicable Me 5, which I guess at this point wouldn't be such a bad thing that there was no post-credits. So that was Despicable Me 4. Guys, let me know what you think about this movie in the comment box. Have you seen it yet? Who are you going to see it with? How did this movie make you feel? And was 4 just a little bit too over the top? Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. And if you're interested into knowing how else the cinema scale weighs, click the next video, guys. Until next time, peace out.